But if this happened to one of my toys, I'd be upset. You know which toy I'm talking about? Simon Says. You remember Simon Says toy? You have to guess the colors. You press the button and you guess the colors and you have to remember the colors and you think this is such a stupid game until you don't get the colors. I don't get anywhere. Come on in. I know. Don't be upset. Calm down. There's some nice new people here. They stole my lap. It's
get
gone.
Up on top and use your finger.
It's gone. We don't know how.
What? Use your finger?
You know what, guys? I think we're live, so that's good because you see what's really going on. And give it up for my husband who comes here to save the day every time.
Woo!
Oh, you're from Brooklyn?
Yeah.
Where in Brooklyn?
East Flatbush.
Oh, Flatbush. Get a blow dryer. Did you hear what I said there?
I thought you were going to say something else.
Mark, where did you go to school?
Not in East Flatbush.
Okay. Don't be a Brooklyn snob. Where'd you go?
I went to Madison.
My sister went to Madison. Jesus.
Sister went to Madison.
If you need height, let me. Oh,
There you go. Beautiful. Yes, leave it just like that. I look like I have a face for radio.
Yeah, you look like you went to Erasmus.
Oh.
Did you go to Erasmus?
No. It's kidding. Too scared shitless to go to Erasmus.
Where'd you go to school? Erasmus. What is
No, I
that?
went to
Erasmus.
Madison.
Explain it to us. Don't
Madison.
assume the knowledge of the audience.
Sunda, I'm not a comedian.
All right, guys.
Brooklyn stuff. This is private.
James Madison?
What?
Is James Madison?
James
right?
Madison High School.
Yeah, I know.
Home of Bernie Sanders, Ruth Ginsburg, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, and unfortunately Chuck Schumer.
You know
And
something?
my sister.
And his sister. Why don't we let's just
And
start
my
the show
mother
with
and my
Mark
sister
Stafford.
and Chris Rock and
Chris Rock,
what's
yeah.
his name?
Yeah, Chris Rock went to a white school, right? Chris Rock?
What?
He went to a white school, right?
White school?
A white school, like
Well, I wouldn't call
Yeah,
James
Albert has to
Madison a
come
white
yet.
school.
like back then in the 80s,
No,
the
we
PWI.
went to integrated schools.
But you know what? If you
Why don't
want to
we
hear
let-
more about this comedy, I just
Fine.
want to say welcome to LASC's open mic night where anything goes. Anything goes. Friday is Funky Friday where we have poets, singers. If you have a story you want to share, things like that. If people tell you you're funny, you probably are, but you won't know until you take it from the page to the stage. These comedians are a great lot of comedians, and you're not going to see anything funnier. And I'm going to start out with a funny guy who's not going to want to hear this. And I'm going to ask him just to come up and do a few minutes here. And Mark Saffron, can you come to the stage for a second?
You gotta be kidding.
Come on, give it up for Mark Saffron. Open the show, man. Come on.
Yeah. You want me to open the show?
Yeah, you open the show. Don't you fool. Don't sue me.
Let me tell you something. My wife is incredibly, what's the word? Brave to put me up the day after the State of the Union address. All right. I felt like I was watching House of Commons, not the Congress. He'd say something, they'd yell. He'd say a lie, they'd call him a liar. Marjorie Taylor Greene wearing a fox thing or whatever around her neck. And then this morning, everybody's laughing about how the ladies on The View, Whoopi Goldberg, is giving sartorial advice. All right, because Whoopi's one of my latest new targets. All right, so I'm not woke. I'm woke, but I don't believe in it. All right, I mean, I get it. I know what it means. I watch it. I have complete intellectual knowledge of what they're saying. The only thing that bothers me is they're full of shit. All right. So today there was something in the New York Post that I felt compelled to comment. So what is my comment? So we're listening to Black Lives Matter is indoctrinating your kids. Some guy wrote a curriculum, but the curriculum is just plain ordinary anti-Semitism. Mm-hmm. I mean, big time. We have to boycott Israel. Jews do this. Jews run the world. This guy's just, he's like Kyrie Irving, just as educated, except he writes better. So here I am. I had to leave a comment. So if anybody in this audience happens to know what Nazi Party actually stands for, raise your hand. Go ahead there. What does it mean?
National Association Socialist Party.
See? That's the mistake. National Socialist Democratic Workers' Party. Now, how did that become the Nazi Party? And what was their platform? Raging irrational Jew hatred. And let's think about The Democratic Socialists of America. What's their platform? Raging irrational Jew hatred. So how far have we come to just go full circle to authoritarianism? So we now had today, for the capstone of the stupidity, Cori Bush, that she wants to nationalize Twitter. She thinks the government should own Twitter and run it to make sure that the right information is getting to the American people. Now, I haven't seen her limp like Joseph Goebbels. We wonder if she has a club foot. But at the end of the day, what else are you going to say? Okay? Cori Bush as the next Joseph Goebbels. Or maybe AOC, because today her routine was, oh my God, Hunter Biden, why aren't we talking about abortion rights, housing rights, voting rights? Yeah, because we've talked about them for 2 years. You haven't done shit. We've got nothing accomplished except kill a bunch of whales with your stupid towers out there for the wind tunnels. Now, that's another thing. Those wind things off the coast kill whales. There's no question about them. They not only kill whales, and they create absolutely no benefit. Because do you know how often they break down? So what everybody in this country, in our wonderful country, doesn't remember is that we may all not like Michael Moore, though the GM one was excellent. I loved him. When he did his show, his documentary on climate change, climate control, but mostly about Al Gore lying, they took him off the air and forced him onto YouTube, and you can't find it now. But he has some things to say. When we drive down to Vegas to lose our money, we pass all of those mirrors on the desert. So Michael Moore was the only one with the courage to say, well, the problem is, because it gets cold in the desert at night, in order to create solar energy, they have to heat up the panels with natural gas. So they have to expend X amount of energy just to get these things working. All right? Then it comes down to all these wind turbines out in the harbor, out to sea, they break down all the time. So I was taking a train. There are those things in Europe. They actually work well and go on time, except when they're on strike. So we're heading out to Liverpool, and I'm looking at all the little wind turbines that they put up in their bucolic-looking houses, and Lord knows, most of them are down for maintenance. So the amount of carbon and energy that Michael Moore was pointing out, this is not coming from me. I cannot be accused of being a right-wing Republican propagandist. Michael Moore is far from. All right? He pointed out how much it takes to make them, how much it takes to keep them up. They're a boondoggle. What we need in this country is nuclear energy. We've always needed nuclear energy, but why can't we have nuclear energy?
Everybody's scared of it.
Wonder, why are they scared about it? For the same reason we're scared of Hunter Biden. Russian misinformation, right? Isn't that right there, Tracy? That's why we're scared of Hunter. It was Russian misinformation. Take a look at that crack addict. This is my last jibe for the night, because I don't tell jokes. Okay? No, this is not jokes, people. This is things that we do. These are things that we have other people do, mostly our Congress people, and they're funny, right? Because they're morons. So today, even though he's a big moron too, Hannity got up and he had a video of 1995 of Joe Biden. Of course, as my wife said on the way out, something about him looking better in those days. And it was nice to see an active Joe Biden. I tried third time, and second time, and third time. Well, I want to cut Social Security. I want to cut Medicare. All programs should stop after 5 years. And I said to myself, oh, so when Joe couldn't name the man, the Republican that said this, it was him. 1995, all right? Joe Biden wanting to cut Medicare and Social Security. So I don't know why I went on like this, okay? But the truth of the matter is, people have to watch what they say these days. It got me on YouTube. It's very good. I know that the IRS and the FBI will be on my tail because I heard today that they are actually going to be auditing waiters because the FBI is worrying about their tips. And they just changed the rules on Venmo. So be very careful about those Venmos you send and get. Maybe you ought to get back into the real economy. Because they're going to be coming for you. You. All right? That's right. You, Tracy. They don't audit very many black men.
It's Black
But they're
History
coming for
Month.
you. That's why you're getting audited. So, look, although his position on Jews wasn't the best, the latest announcement that they want to change Malcolm X Boulevard to make it half Elijah Muhammad's Boulevard, I'm just trying to figure out who's that disrespectful to Malcolm X's memory to have his murderer sit side by side on his street name forever.
Wow.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
That's telling it like it is.
Always do.
Yes, you always do, Mark. As I told my mother, when he's wrong, I'm breaking up with him. We've been going steady for some time,
Yes,
but
they haven't been wrong.
now we're bringing up the comedy of Lincoln, ladies and gentlemen. Let's hear it.
I'm honestly so excited to follow up.
I knew you would be, by
I
the
know,
way.
I know.
I knew you would be.
First off, people love Michael Moore. People like Michael
I
Moore.
didn't say anything like him.
You said
Some people don't.
Some people don't like Michael. I mean,
No.
of course, yeah. But I feel like in general, he's liked. He's liked.
You like Al Gore?
I don't know much about Al Gore, but
You won't like him when you find out about him.
his climate stuff was. Oh man, I thought it was so cool. I thought it was like our
Yeah,
what is it, Captain Earth? Who was that superhero who was for the planet? Captain Planet. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, him and John Kerry, right?
John Kerry. Okay, I don't really have anything written, so I'm just gonna go through some joke premises.
Sorry.
Sorry, such lack of suspense. Wait, I'm gonna do one. Okay, only one, but it's very tame anti-Semitism joke. Very tame. Tame. I promise. One thing I never understood that people aren't like really, anti-Semitic about was circumcision, right? It's like if you could think of one thing that would band everybody together against the people, it'd be cutting part of your dicks off, right? Like I would think that would be what did it. See, very tame. I have much worse ones. Anyway, sorry. Let me pull this out. I'll be quick. I'll be less than 10 minutes. I'm just trying stuff out right now. Sorry, I should pull this up. I didn't expect to go this early. There we
You
go.
was early.
That's true. I was for the first time. Okay. Here's one. So the other day, my friend, unfortunately, we were supposed to hang out, but he was sick. Yeah, he got the flu. It was really like I was sad for my friend, but I was also like, good for the flu, right? Like, flu's had a really tough time the last couple of years. I think flu's been around forever. This COVID thing comes and shuts down the whole country. Flu must be very fucking depressed, right? Like. He's never done that kind of damage. Okay, that's one like premise. Okay. If we didn't win the Civil War, like, would slavery still exist? Like, how far could we go? Like, could we have iPhones but also have slavery? Like, at what point do you think it would have gotten to the point that it would have ended? Okay, that's a decent premise. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, thank you. Sorry, yeah.
Top well in the kitchen. Maybe the kitchen.
Oh yeah, there's a lot. I could do slavery apps or whatever, but
Right.
it's true though. Honestly, if we didn't, how far could it go? Could it be 1950s and like people are still enslaved? Although you could say a lot of people are still enslaved somewhere. Okay. This, I don't really have a premise, but I don't know if you guys can help me with this one. I like this punchline. It's like naming a sushi restaurant Oppenheimer. Right? I don't know. I love that premise. Can anyone think of something like that?
That's a punchline.
Yeah, that's the punchline. Or whatever, like the first part. It's like naming a sushi restaurant Oppenheimer.
Right. You have naming your adopted Swedish baby Shaniqua is like.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. Yeah. True. Oh, yeah, that's good. Okay. I'll do like two more.
You're the professionals.
Right, yeah. LA School of Comedy, right? And
Gotta use paper and pencil.
no, I actually like this. I have like a whole status list that shows like how far along it is in progression. I'm very organized. But it's cool. I really just came to give you my
The
ideas
phone
and stuff too.
disconnects us. Remember, when you go on your phone, we want to go on our phone.
Also, but my handwriting is terrible anyway, so it's cool. I'm just gonna give the rest of my time back to the room. Thank you guys.
Woo, Lincoln, all that.
I know.
You're waiting for
I know. I was honestly gonna prepare and like figure out what I was gonna say, and then you said, I was like, all right, I'm
I'm
coming
like,
up.
he's early. I have to give it to him.
It makes you look like a math teacher.
What? The put on my phone? Yeah, whatever.
What is that?
Come on in.
Oh, it's just Google Docs. I just made like it's a Google Docs.
Oh, okay.
Come on in. Your friends
I
are
also
here.
have like a Google Keep.
That's cool. Hey, Albert. Nice to see you.
I don't
It's
know
nice.
to interrupt everything.
Well, yeah. Well, don't worry about it. It's Albert. Albert's here, everybody. Just want to say you made it. Goody goody. Now we got the comedy of this guy. His name is Michael Mooney. Give it up for Michael Mooney. Well, I gave you my joke too. Just as I gave mine to you.
All right. How you guys doing? You guys good? Word. Now I'm more of a feel like I'm on my like current events type thing right now. I know you're talking about. You can't find any Michael Moore shit anywhere, except like this.
Canceled?
Yeah. Well, no, it's like weird. He's like gray listed or something. It's like hard to find. You watch Grammys? No. Okay. Nobody cares about that shit anymore. Just get your awards sent through the mail. I feel like I'd be cool with that. I love to get a Grammy in slippers. That shit would be cool. I don't know. That'd be cool to get like. Okay, never mind. All right. Job searching. Yeah. I didn't really like the job I had, but it hurt still, you know? You ever got fired from a job you didn't want in the first place? You have to pretend to be upset. Oh, this is my last day. Oh, shit. You don't feel that shit until like 2 weeks later. You're like, I haven't got paid. Fuck.
That shit's real.
That should be real. You want a job, tell that shit ain't there no more. You be like, fuck this place. Your last day is Tuesday. What? I take back what I said. That shit's funny because it's real, man. So now I'm just like, I don't know, man. It's been spending my time in my own head, working on jokes, writing things. I don't have any new ones right now, but I promise you they're coming. I don't want to do the same shit over and over again. But no, yeah.
You should till you master it.
Everybody has the
You should till you master it.
Yeah, you're right. The teacher is always there. Always there. Teacher's always there. Alright, you gotta know what type of person you are. Like, I'm the type of black person that black people feel like that I can like work on electronics for them. I don't know what that is. I maybe the glasses or something. Every time I go home, somebody just hands me a fucking iPad who doesn't work or some fucking cell phone with a screen cracked. I'm like, I don't know how to do shit with this. I actually do, but I don't like the stereotype to feel like I can fix shit all the time. I don't know. It's the glasses and everything. Very archetypal, old school stereotype. I don't know why people think that you can, like, me not being able to see makes me smarter. It's so fucking weird to assume because I'm nearsighted, I can, like, do a math problem. Like, that shit doesn't make any fucking sense to me. I don't know why people think that is cool. That's not what it is. I got paid. I was good. You ever be so broke that you're religious? Like, yeah, man. I called my aunt. I was like, yo, I'm gonna screenshot this Wells Fargo balance. I want you to just pray over this shit. I don't know. It's about the spirit of poverty. I don't know. I don't even be religious except when like I'm broke as shit. I'm always like humbled and shit and on my knee and shit. Especially with like the time in the world now. It's like, you know, eggs are expensive. But sucking dick for eggs now. This shit is crazy. People are like, I don't need them to be brown, but I need 18. They just, I don't know. Shit is weird. Oh man. Yeah. And the money thing, I don't know. The money thing is cool. I mean, I like the free time, but being with your own thoughts kind of feels weird. You know what I mean? That's why I don't go on vacation. I can't spend 7 days just with just me and my thoughts. That should have had me stressed going back to like regular life. I don't know. I'm an overthinker. I don't know. Overthinking. How you feel? You good? Good. Cool. I like the red. That's crowd work.
Yeah, nice. What a riff! What a riff! What a riff!
No, I was just watching. I'd be at home watching E True Hollywood Stories and shit like that, like an old person from the '90s and shit. I was watching like the Monkees and shit like that. I fuck with the Monkees. I didn't realize how many songs the Monkees had. I was like, holy shit, they had a lot of songs.
Yep.
They had a shitload of songs that I didn't know were Monkey songs. I was like, oh shit, it's great. I love that shit. I love that type of shit. I'm such an old person. I've been like an old person for a long time. Like even when I was a kid, I used to watch True Hollywood Story. And then watch the shows on TV Land. I don't even know what TV Land is. Okay, cool. I feel like the crowd knows what that is. You don't. You might. You do?
Yeah, I used to watch TV Land all the time.
How old are you?
26.
Shit. Okay.
Yeah,
That's about the right time.
That's the age line.
Yeah, that's about it. That's about it. Because now they take the shows and put them on TV Land like two years after they're over and shit.
Oh god.
I
They used to
love
watch black and white shit. You know, that old school shit. To tell the truth and shit. Yeah, I like that.
Lucy. That was good.
That was good. That was good.
That's on 9
Interracial
o'clock.
shit.
The 9.
All right, y'all. All right, that's enough of that.
I'm sorry, bro. My bad. Stop.
I love TV, man. I like TV. I feel like TV is cool. I feel like TV is so informative these days for no reason. I feel like sometimes it's a lot to watch TV when they're telling you, like they're always giving you too much to watch. Like you ever watch, like you guys watch like Lovecraft Country over Watchmen? You guys seen Lovecraft Country and Watchmen? Yeah, they're the same show. Retro racist backdrop for no reason. Somebody comes to the main character and like, hey, you have great power. You come from a great lineage. The only thing you can't do is end systemic racism. God damn, be a hero. Do you know how hard it is to be 3/5 of a superhero? That shit is hard, nigga. That shit is hard. That shit is hard. I saw like Black Panther 2. It felt like the episode of Good Times where James died. I don't know. That's a deep cut. I don't know if everybody understands what I'm referring to. Just a whole bunch of black women mourning the death of the head of the household. That's what Black Panther 2 was. It was. It was crazy. And then he had a secret baby. I was like, this shit is so black. Without it being black. It's just kind of stereotypical, but not really, like, because he, like, is a king and shit. But it was like, this is crazy. Lion King and the first Black Panther are the same movie, though. They're the same movie. They fight for the kingdom. Then the uncle and the cousin, they're like the same character. You know? And then the third act, you know, in Black Panther, they dress up and fight like cats. And that's pretty much the same thing that happens in The Lion King. Same fucking thing. I feel like reality shows get a bad rap these days because there's so many of them. So much, like, and I feel like people live their lives like they're in reality shows because that's all they watch. But I feel like the future of reality shows is like time travel. You know what I mean? Like I want to see like an American Slavery episode of Undercover Boss. You guys seen Undercover Boss, right? So he's like sitting there in the mirror and he's like putting the black on his face. Everyone looks the same and they go like that. The next part is while he's working, he realizes that everybody at the job is overqualified. And they have like a sad story. So he's in the field working, and another slave is like, according to the almanac, we should be getting cotton in about 2 weeks. He's like, you can read. Interesting. My favorite part is at the end where they give the people help. but they never give you enough help to leave the job. They only give you enough help to stay working there. They're like, hey, Tyrone, you complain about thorns in your feet. I bought you these shoes. They're barely used. Now you can walk all the way through the field. You're one of my best workers. I want to make sure my company's a well-oiled machine. That's really what those shows are about. Thank you guys so much. Mike Moody 91 on Instagram. Yeah. Moody.
Moody. You say Best Buy, nigga, on the glasses thing.
Okay.
Fix
I
electronics.
got it. Okay.
You're a blurred?
Huh?
A black nerd, a blurred?
Oh, no, I don't think so. I look like that, though.
You could look like a blurred. Don't have to be a blurred.
Yeah.
Looks like a blurred. Types like a blurred. Has apps like a blurred. Could be a blurred. You could be a blurred. But you know what I say? Ave Maria. Let's give it up to the one and only Ava, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get some female up in here.
Hi, everybody. How are your New Year's resolutions? So, there's a research study that shows that most New Year's resolutions are completely abandoned by the first week of February. I do not fall into that statistic because I'm on stage. My New Year's resolution was to do this class. I'm here. Thank you. I'm kind of in a weird mood. I had a session with Sunda earlier, and she was like, Sue, you're just not bringing it. So I'm not going to try to tell any jokes. I'm going to tell you 2 great stories, because I am a great storyteller. You're going to love this one. It's 1950 in Idaho, and the Manhattan Project has gone very well. We have bombed the shit out of a poor country. It was actually a huge misunderstanding. They were only supposed to drop 1 bomb, and they accidentally dropped 2. Nuclear energy is on the rise, and America's looking for a national lab headquarters. And everyone thought it would be Colorado. I mean, obviously, but then when you try to move nuclear energy over the Rockies, it's not a very good idea. So they were scouting where they were going to do this, and it made sense to have it near a rail yard, because you have to move all this material very, very safely, especially back then, because they didn't realize how unstable it was. So they had 3 locations in mind: Oklahoma, Flat, Texas, and Idaho. Idaho is winning out because they have been testing all of the Navy artillery up there. We have a huge set of mountains in the Arco Desert, and we'd take all the Navy artillery and we'd put it on the backs of trains, and they would pull them out there with horses, and they would shoot these naval cannons into the mountain to extend the distance, because water and dirt actually have kind of the same impact. A lot of political people are coming around there trying to get out there, and they finally said, all right, we'll do it in Pocatello, Idaho. Pocatello was supposed to be the capital, and it has a lot of rail yards on one of the main freeways that goes up and down. And Idaho Falls, which was called Eagle Rock, really wanted it because they were closer to these big mountains in the Arco Desert. There was a minor problem. There was no road connecting Pocatello to Eagle Rock. So Eagle Rock is saying, hey, we want it. And they're going, well, how are you going to get the stuff out there? I don't know, we'll, pull it? There's no roads. So, beautiful, wonderful, impressive William Barnett Turner, who was the lead director, he hired his 2 brother-in-laws to build a fake road that made it look like there was a road. So they're in the middle of Eagle Rock, and they said, see those mountains over there? This is where we're going to have the whole lab, and we need a road that goes up over that hill. Only there was no road. So the 2 brothers got together, worked for 2 weeks, moved the sagebrush, made it look like a road, went up over the hill, and then disappeared. And they're like, yeah, see that road over there? It goes to Pocatello. So the big debate comes. They had about 150 people from Washington coming in to pick the site where we're going to host all of our national nuclear energy. And they said, okay, everything checks out. You're next to railway stations. You have a freeway over there. There's the desert out there. Well, how do we get there? And they says, oh, actually, we just recently got a new road. And they had hired someone to sit over there to come over in a truck. Just at the opportune moment, they had a weird radio that squeaked. So they're like, okay, Ronald, you need to come over right now when you hear this thing. So he comes trundling over. They said, see, he just came from Pocatello into Eagle Rock. We're set, everything's good. And they said, okay, so we're good. We signed the papers. Well, Washington got there 2 weeks later and there was no road. And national headline, U.S. nuclear energy on fake road. The world went, what? They're doing this in a fake road? Idaho hates that story because no one likes their assumptions. So we like to think like, yeah, we won. We had the biggest mountains and we had the best deserts. And they're like, no, you guys made a fake road and conned the entire U.S. government into giving you the lab. Congratulations! And the second one, speaking of ruined assumptions, education, hating Jews. That comes from a lack of education or education that is not the right education you should have. So here's a very interesting story. Everyone's heard of the Alamo, right?
Cool, bro. Cool.
The Alamo is a big one in Texas. Santa Anna, who had a huge army, the entire Mexican army at his disposal, was coming to reclaim his land. Let's be honest, it was his. And they had built a fort. The fort was pretty old, had a lot of groups of families for the missions, because remember, Christians were over here torturing natives into becoming Christians. Talk about praying over something. And they were all convening in the Alamo, all these famous people. We had Davy Crockett, we had Moses Rose, we had all these wonderful people. And William Travis Barnett, famously the Colonel, he gathered everybody in. They had already given the women and children guns. They were down to a little over 300 people to defend from the evil Santa Anna, who's coming home and wondering who the fuck took his backyard. And he says, I'm going to take and I'm going to draw a line in the sand. And he famously pulled out his big old saber and he walked and he drew a big long line in the sand. Said, if you come join me on this side, you are volunteering to keep our big fort safe. You're basically going to be this wonderful freedom thing. And everybody came over to the side except for Moses Rose, who said, nah, I'm good. Like, all right, I'm leaving. And so William Barnett with Davy Crockett, they went up there and they wonderfully fought the Alamo. And they all freaking died. No one won. Here's the thing about that story. It is not true. Historians have done extensive research. William Barnett Travis was actually dead a week before Santa Anna even stepped into Texas property. And Davy Crockett already had gangrene in his left foot with a cannon dropping on his foot. And this is the problem. Texas refuses to acknowledge that. They hate that this story is not true. So they actually removed it from their history books. You cannot find the true story of the Alamo where an old guy dies of gangrene, the other general's dead, the women and children were screaming. They actually abandoned the fort and ran like hell into the desert. Most everyone died of dehydration in the elements. But we just need that line in the sand because it's a huge metaphor. And Texas has removed it. And all the children who grow up, Davy Crockett, the Alamo, we actually didn't know any different. That was just what it was. So when your teacher tells you, all the problems in this world go back to the Jews. When you're 6, you're going to believe that. Until you go and read a book, or you actually meet one, and you learn these types of things. So I just want to thank you. Post all the comments you possibly can. Ask what the world would look like if we didn't end slavery. Because people growing up like me need to have our views challenged, because we all believed our first grade teacher that told us Travis William Barnett drew a line in the sand. Wasn't true. Thank you. You can find me here next week. I will have more stories, hopefully some jokes.
And your name again for that?
I am Ava, and you will find me here, and Suna's going to help me with my wardrobe so I look more like a teacher. Anyway, more on that.
I love it. Ava. Silverstein, not Silverstein. What is it again?
Say that again?
This one.
Schneider.
Schneider.
David Schneider.
Right, I always say David Silverstein. Don't look at me. It happens, okay? But it's neither. It's Dave Schneider. Let's give it up. Come on. 2 Jews are in a room.
First of all, I love your husband.
Oh.
DeSantis and Haley. 24, baby.
Ah,
You know, when you're telling your story
Rick
about
Scott.
the guy that built the road and was phony to fake somebody, I thought you were talking about it was a Roadrunner cartoon. All right, let's see some
Meep,
shit.
meep.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I just I just turned 65.
Woo!
Thank you. You know, in all my years, I never remember America being as divided as it is now, you know? And I don't understand all these politicians that always promise that they can bring America together and solve our problems. Don't they know it took over 12 years of infighting, name-calling, racist allegations before America finally came together and picked a Jeopardy host? For the past 20 years, I dreaded every birthday. You know, a constant reminder I'm growing old. But now when I turned 65, that was a blessing. Now, I know you didn't come here for a sermon, but I got to tell you about the one word that made turning 65 a blessing from God. Medicare. Let me tell you something. Thanks to Medicare, I got to tell Anthem Blue Cross, fuck you and your $1,200 monthly
Okay.
premiums.
okay.
Yeah, what's that, Doc? You say I owe a $20 copay? Well, let me see what my Medicare cost is about that. Oh, there it is. Second line down. Blow me. I feel great, but I do notice I am starting to do some old people shit lately. Like, I recently purchased a magnifying glass. Right? You don't see a lot of 20-year-olds with magnifying glasses. No teenager ever got one for Christmas and said, how'd you know? I was worried it was going to be a PlayStation, but now I could have countless hours of fun reading the laundry instructions on my shirts. I no longer change the channel when a commercial comes on for reverse mortgages. I'm intrigued. Here's the crazy shit. I don't even have a mortgage. But by the time the commercial's over, I want one. Just so I could reverse it. And you know, it's got to be legit, the reverse mortgages, because they don't use some hack like Warren Buffett to endorse it. No. They went with the big guns. Tom Selleck. Oh, look at the guy's credentials. He was Magnum PI. An actor who played a private investigator on television and mortgages. How do you not see the connection? It's weird now when I see a picture of a guy in a box of Depends and realize he's younger than me. It's like, fuck. Any day now. You know, the thing is, they never have some 90-year-old hunchback guy with a walker on the box, you know, because nobody wants to relate to him. Instead, they got some virile-looking guy playing pickleball, smiling, because he knows if he wants, he can go to the bathroom in the middle of his serve. Okay. Change the channel. Okay. Every couple of days, I now have to shave my ears. Sorry, ladies. Taken. Let's see. Oh, I recently found out I have high blood pressure. I was at the pharmacy, decided to use that free blood pressure machine, you know. Had no idea what the numbers meant, but I knew it was high because after it gave me my score, it asked if I want to type in my initials. Second highest. Should have been first, because everybody knows that guy had to be salting.
Okay.
Fuck. I'll work on that one.
Salted, huh?
Okay. My doctor said I'm starting to show signs of old age. Let's see. Let me try that again. My doctor said I'm starting to my doctor told me I'm starting to get old. That's about that one, okay? He says the tests came back and the results show that I'm still on Facebook. Working on that too. Let's see. Facebook, okay. I take Facebook too serious, you know? It's like, takes me forever to figure out what the proper emoji is to use to respond with. Like last week, for example, somebody posted a posting about a guy, a father, who was arrested for physically abusing his children. And I clicked like to say, way to go, police. Keep up the good work. That piece of shit father had it coming. But then I see other people posting the angry face emoji. And then I'm thinking, ooh, maybe that's the one I'm supposed to post. Maybe by clicking like, It looks like I'm giving Dad a thumbs up for beating the shit out of his kids. You know, way to go, Dad. Keep up the good work. The worst is when I see a posting of a young, small child, visibly handicapped, sitting in the wheelchair, looking up at the camera with those puppy eyes. The heading says, "It's my birthday today. I bet I don't even get one like." Of course I'm going to give him a like. I'm a heartless bastard? No. If I didn't, I can't have that guilt on my head. But then I think, whoa, this kid's betting I don't give him a like. I have no idea how much money he's got riding on this. For all I know, I click like, he loses, some bookie breaks, whatever limbs still work. No, I'm not giving him a like. I can't have that guilt on my head. Yesterday on Facebook, somebody posted a picture of rows and rows of the little number 8. And the heading said, "Whoever finds the number 6 in 2 minutes is a genius." And I'm thinking to myself, this is such bullshit. Do people really believe this? I mean, seriously, what the hell? There it is. I said, suddenly I'm posting, found it. So my Facebook friends could take pride. They know a genius. Wishing my parents were alive for today. I'm printing it out. I'm circling the number 6 in red. I'm stapling it to my application to MIT. Hoping the admissions committee concludes, well, he's only got a 1.4 high school GPA. And in 3 separate places, he misspelled MIT, but the science don't lie. There's the 6. Thanks so much.
Where can they find you?
You can find me at any playground. No. I'm nowhere.
He gets his kicks at the playground. Wait, where you going, brother? You gotta go on stage. Let's get him for Tracy Harris. He's funnier with a full bladder.
I know, yeah, fuck out. How you guys doing? Yes, I really do love this crowd. It's a lot of older people. I appreciate older people. I'm not trying to be funny, miss. Okay, I really do. You guys have such a presence, and you guys been through a lot. You know, Vietnam War, the nuclear bullshit. I mean, not nuclear bullshit, but like y'all been through shit. My generation ain't been through dick. We don't know nothing. Like we complain about stupid shit, like, oh, I can't find a girl on Tinder. Like, back in the day, you guys have to fucking literally go up to a girl, like, what's up, girl? You doing? Listen, hold on, don't go nowhere. I got a Quaalude. Pop a Quaalude with me. Do something. Y'all gotta dance and shit. All of our generation, we just post a picture up. We're like, hey girl, you wanna suck my dick? I swipe left. I really do, man. I really love the older people. I like being around older people. I don't like being around older people. I mean younger people, because younger people like to disrespect each other. Like that shit annoys me. I don't like that. Like at work, I don't talk to nobody young, because I already know I'm gonna end up slapping somebody. Like, because they always want to say some bullshit to you, like, oh man, you know, you look like this. And I'm like, in the back of my head, I'm like, bro, you don't know me, bro. Like, I look nice. This face looks nice, but I'll slap the shit out you. Cocksucker. Oh man. And you guys got stories too, man. Like everybody has a story. Just stories talking about stuff. Whenever I talk to like somebody my age, they want to talk about bullshit. Like there's never anything. There's nothing. Nothing. What do you want to talk about? Nothing. Nothing. They want to complain. What do you want to complain about? What do you complain? We have the easiest. Easiest. Alright, I'll make it a little personal with you guys. Please don't. Alright, I'll make it personal. Alright, I was watching porn, right? I was watching some porn. I was sitting there to myself. If I was born in the fucking 70s, I'll be fucked. I'll be tackling bitches, man. Cause there's a crazy sex drive that you'll have. Like you can just go on your phone, be like, all right, fat booty hoes jumping up and down. Like I didn't have that privilege. I had to have like the Sears magazine. I had to like imagine. That's why you guys have the best movies, because y'all use your imagine fucking nation. We don't use none of our imagination. We just try and go team up whatever someone else is talking about. So fuck my generation. That's what I'm trying to say. Everyone with white hair, I love you guys. I love it. I was talking to my grandma the other day, and I was like, man, I want her to tell me something, like, cause she's 86, and I'm like, you gotta have something. You gotta just tell me something cool. She would tell me dick cool. Nothing is cool. She just tells me about Jesus and rocks and watches the Food Network. Oh, bullshit. I want to talk to Mark. You telling me about some deep shit. I'm like, what? Yeah, I shook James Brown's hand. I did some coke with him too. I'm like, what? You did coke with who? Yeah, John F. Kennedy, son. Oh man, I was living a life. My grandma don't tell me dick. I'm like, Grandma, did you ever see James Brown in concert? Oh yeah, I did. Okay, what did you do? Well, I had a good time and we got out of there promptly. Grandma, you didn't try to go behind stage? Fucking suck James Brown dick or something? Something cool. There's nothing cool coming out of my grandma's mouth, man. I don't want to have that, bro, because we living through stuff right now, like with the I don't know what's up with this balloon. It was a balloon somewhere. And I saw the map of where it came from, and I'm looking to myself like, God damn. That's bananas, like the technology we got. I don't know where I'm going with this. I don't even know why I started talking about the fucking balloon in the first place. I had some material, some new material. Oh shoot, yeah, I'll just talk about that. I'm skinny. And I love being skinny, dog. I do love being skinny. It's nice. But the reason why I'm skinny is that my dad was what do you call that? He was a crackhead. That's what he was. No, I can't do my dad like that. Nah, my dad was cool as fuck. But he did smoke crack while I was in the womb and shit like that. When I was conceived, I guess. And that makes me like a fucking crack baby. And I don't even know where I'm going with this joke neither.
People say you don't eat. I do eat. I'm a crack baby. The first time you ever did it was perfect.
I know, but I'm scared of these old heads. These old heads and shit. I gotta respect them and be formal. How you doing? Shake his hand and shit. Look him in the eye. Fuck you. I don't want to do that. I'm young, bitch. Fuck that shit. Oh, everybody talking about the military. They got something to say. I got dick to say. I just told you. I just ranted about my whole fucking generation being bitch ass niggas. Crack babies and assholes. Oh my god. Fuck. Oh, I do love compliments. I was on a bus today, and a dude came up to me. He's like, man, that's a nice jacket. I'm like, oh man, I appreciate that. This is what I'm doing inside, like in the outside. Like, hey, thank you, man, I appreciate it. But inside, I'm like, fuck yeah, you love my jacket, bitch. Fuck you think you're dealing with? You think I just came out here trying to shine? I'm trying to shine on niggas. What's up? I fucking love that shit because you know what? I learned that women love compliments. I didn't know that. I've been hearing too much about Me Too, so I'm scared of giving women compliments. I don't want to be inappropriate, but like, oh my God, Cinda, you looking banging. Like, that shit is, no, that's not it. And I was looking at this lady the other day. She was fucking bomb, like, beautiful. And you know when you see, like, a beautiful woman, all you can do, it's like, I don't know what's up with men, but we get fucking tight. And creepy all of a sudden. Like those two things, tight and creepy. That's all that's in my brain. Whenever I see a fucking woman, I'm like, oh my God, I wanna eat it. Like I wanna eat women. So I'm trying to say Jeffrey Dahmer in the house, right? He was eating little boys, so that's another story. You guys got to go through that. Wasn't that a mindfuck when you found that out?
Yeah, a little bit.
What? What else? What was that? When did that happen? In the 90s, right? Or the 80s?
Yeah.
In the 90s?
I think it was early 90s.
Damn. I think I wasn't even 2 minutes. Okay, cool.
Those 80s.
Fuck it. Fuck what I was talking about. Fuck Dahmer. He's dead. Jesus Christ. I was gonna talk about. Oh yeah, I fucking skinny. So I hate fat people. I'm just gonna say that. I can't stand fat people because they complain, man. They're complaining about what? They're fucking fat. I want to be fat. I've been skinny all my goddamn life. Everyone looking at me all concerned, like you need help. Like nigga, I don't need. Nigga, I got cancer or something. This shit. Fuck out of here. Nobody cares about everybody. Now everybody gives a fuck about the fucking fat person. What happened to the skinny person? I forget. Jesus, and I forgot the goddamn joke because I'm not trying to go to my phone. But anyway, I have 2 minutes left. No?
No.
All right, it's over. Thank you guys.
No.
Woo! Appreciate it.
Where do they find you?
You can find me on Instagram, Tracy Harris. That's it.
It's a new one?
Woo! Yeah.
Tracy.
Tracy Harris.
Nice. You
Yeah.
changed yours.
Oh, yeah.
Did you get your followers back?
I did have followers.
No, I'm saying for the new one? Is that your new handle, Tracy Harris?
Oh, yeah.
Is that Young and Restless?
No.
Oh, wow. He got old on us.
I'd never seen your comedy before. Nice acting. It was
Old people.
I'd never seen your comedy before.
Unbelievable. Are you having fun yet? Are you having any kind of fun yet?
The next time I've written, then you'll like my
You probably need some Persian comedy right now.
But
But then after they enjoy the comedy, they'll return it. So I couldn't do that. Lincoln,
I
shalom.
will
Thank
text
you.
you for Monica's number.
Yes, I'll give it to you.
And I'll talk with her on Friday.
Thank you.
course.
Thank you so much,
Bye,
Lincoln. Be
everyone.
well.
Woo! All right, bye.
I can't make it up. That's the kid I never had. He's Swedish and black too.
Oh, it's
He's not a Swedish and black redneck Jew, but he is Swedish and black. You want to be me, you gotta be something different. And you know you got white trash in you too, sir, if you're putting ketchup on your eggs. I'm not judging you though, you know that. Let's give it up for the one and only HBO's Albert Linton.
Woo! Thank you so much. Don't forget your phone. Woo! All right. Thank you guys for hanging around. Hi. Got some brothers here from. Got some Latter-day Saints here. Woo! Myself and my 2 brothers back there from the Church of Latter-day Saints. I was baptized last Saturday and confirmed on Sunday, so I am now a Latter-day Saint, and I'm very happy about that. And it's always good to see you guys. I look forward to Sunday, going to the service and hanging out and getting to know people. It's an adventure. It really is, and it's a real pleasant adventure. I'm enjoying it. I'm learning a lot, meeting new people, and I'm beginning to make distinctions between people based on my experience with Latter-day Saints. For instance, a friend called me last night and asked me to give her a ride. And of course, I said, of course, yes. It's a woman. You always say yes to women. Okay, that's a bit of the old hoodlum in me. But also because it's what Jesus would do. He would help. And that's the attitude I'm picking up from Latter-day Saints. So that was part of the reason as well. So I went to pick her up. And then she wanted to go by Whole Foods to get some food. And we made some purchases that I'm not going to go into because this is going to be on the internet. And then I dropped her off and was going to drive around the corner and come back, and she'd wait for me outside and then pick her up. And we were in a very busy area, I forget where it was. And just as I was in the turning lane about to make the right turn, some guy swiped my car. Boom!
Wow.
Yeah. And this is my dream car. Well, I mean, I love this car. This car, until the girls actually see who's driving it, they're really interested to find out. And then it's like, oh. So anyway, that happened last night. But I had the best bottle of grapefruit juice I have ever had because she brought it out of Whole Foods and she bought it for me and she gave it to me and it was like boom. It made that. Now I got to take care of that, my car and everything. Oh. But I had so much fun because I really just wrung him a new butthole. I used it to create an act. I made a movie of him, taking responsibility for causing the crash. I told him to read the California Driver's Handbook. Is that a good book for you? He's like, I'm going to be late. He was with his mom, with his blah, blah, blah. He was with his mom, and I think he's an actor. So he was trying to get to whatever he was doing at this place down there. And I was having none of it. So because I had an opportunity to entertain the people who saw the accident. And I'm a comic, so I take every opportunity to do that. Yeah, it cost me a lot, but you know, it was a good experience. So now I gotta get another car because, you know, once you wreck a car, it's never gonna drive right again. It's done. They'll put a new bumper on it, but it still won't have the same character. So I wanted to talk about that. And I spent the rest of the night, I want to talk about this first. So when my mom turned 100, my sisters, who are, I think of as a bunch of big booty black women. Have you ever seen black women with those wide asses? It's like, you know you ain't gonna get by. Right? If they say you ain't going in, man. Just forget it, right? So when she turned 100, of course, because she has like a phalanx of big booty black women around her. I'm the only man who can get close. Me and my brother Greg, we're the only men allowed in the circle. So, and you know, we're there at their leave. And I'll never forget that shit. I always remember that they're in charge and I'm visiting, and I try not to get on their bad side. Anyway, so they had her on the Smuckers thing for her 100th birthday. And this was 3 years ago. So I was looking through my, I was looking through my documents today and I saw that. And
Is that your grandmother or your mother?
That's my mother.
I remember what they did to Aunt Jemima. You took her off the box.
You know, don't interrupt me with that. Don't give a shit about Aunt Jemima. I'm talking about my mama. Do you mind? She is far more important than any aunt. All right? She's my mama. You got it, okay? Okay, let's stay on the subject here, Mark. Take a closer look, Mark. This is my mother, Mark. She ain't Aunt Jemima, nigga. Come on here.
Looks like an old Oprah.
I don't think she even liked Oprah. I know she didn't like Obama. She didn't like Obama worth a shit. She didn't care anything about Obama. I was all excited. I said, "Oh, Mom, what you think about Obama, the first black?" She said, "Yeah, well, he's a pretty smart guy." That was all she said. No, another word. She didn't care, man. My mom taught me a term that has served me well. She taught me the term nigger. And she taught me what it truly meant. Because it doesn't have a color. It describes behavior. Which leads me into my roommate. Who is what my mama would call a white nigger. Don't want to pay his bills on time. Niggas don't pay their bills on time. That's what niggas do. That's what the term means. Niggas come in all colors. You can go to the North Pole. There's a nigga up there waiting for you. Right? You go all the way to the South Pole. There's a nigga down there too. Black, white, brown, blue, green. Niggas come in orange. Did you know that? When you get to Mars, niggas are waiting for you over there. Low down, dirty niggas. That's what they are, right? So this nigga threatened to crack my jaw, right? Boom! They're gonna hit me in the face over the rent because he doesn't want to pay it on time. I always pay it on time. It's my lease. But then he's supposed to give me his half, but he wants to wait till the 5th or some kind of shit like that. And then he said, "I'll crack your jaw." And I'm like, "Yeah, go ahead. I'm a senior citizen. Do it. I'll own you for the next 40 years. I know a lot of lawyers. Crack this jaw. Go ahead. And then I'll kick your ass. And then this senior citizen will kick your ass. Because a broken jaw, that starts the fight. Obama kicked Ken Norton's ass after 15, not Obama. Ali kicked Ken Norton's ass after fighting 15 rounds because Ken Norton broke his jaw in the first round. And Ali withstood that and still took the championship back. Because that's when Ali had came back after they had, screwed his career up and stuff like that. So anyway, my mom slipped and fell, and she has a hairline fracture. But my sisters tell me that she's cool, but I'm going down there anyway. As soon as I settle up, I have to get a new place. I got a new place. I got to get the stuff moved, sign the lease. I gotta come up with some money, move some shit around. But I'll do that, and it'll be all worth it. I got like a minute. Okay, so the other topic I was going to talk about is not smoking, where the grapefruit juice comes in because it cuts the desire for tobacco. I didn't know that until one of the elders gave me this pamphlet, and I read it and said, "Oh, you drink grapefruit juice and stay away from women." And definitely stay away from porn. All right, thank you. My name's Albert Linton. You can find me on Facebook at Albert Linton. You can find me on Instagram, Albert Linton Comedy, and I'll be out back shooting up heroin. You can find me out there too. Oh yes, that's right. I keep forgetting. Oh, the best news today. I'm auditioning tomorrow for a role, George Washington Carver. Woo! Oh yes.
You know he
get
has
it.
very high-pitched voice.
No, I didn't know that.
Yes, he does.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm just looking forward to the opportunity.
Just know that.
Yeah. So.
We can watch you on what?
And you can watch me on season 2 of Lace, which comes out on HBO All Black next month. And thank you for coming out. Appreciate you. Welcome, Suda, back to the stage.
Thank you. We always learn something here, and without certain people here, we wouldn't be able to have this room running. And I'd like to thank Luke right now, who's run this board all night. Come up, Luke. Give us some time. Give it up for Luke. Put up your dukes for Luke.
Thank you, Sunda. I appreciate everything, for real. Yeah. How's everybody doing?
All right,
Good mood. There's a lot of people not in a good mood today. A lot of people. There was this lady. She came in. Her tea wasn't hot enough at first. We didn't have the right jam for the croissants. Then there was another lady that came in and came up to me and was like, "Your bathroom is not clean. This is terrible for a restaurant." And I said, "Ma'am, I watch you take a shit in our back alley every day. You are the same homeless woman that comes by with her fucking shit. And that makes me feel really bad about myself and my cleaning abilities. Because clearly I'm not hitting a certain standard. But I didn't even realize. Yeah, a lot of people in bad moods. But you know who's never in a bad mood, I've realized? You see those little robots, the little delivery men, you know, on the little wheels rolling along down the street. They're fearless. I respect them. I really do. I watched one, it was right over on Westwood Boulevard. He was rolling along down the street, and he crosses paths with a very angry homeless man who punted that bitch. He just punted him mid-stride, mid-roll, and he went flying down the street. And then, you know, some guy in a suit with sunglasses came out and flipped him, put him back up, and then he just kept going along, making his delivery. So now that when I see them rolling down the street, I bow. Because I respect them. I respect them. I really do. But yeah, and you know what? I wish I could be like one of those little robots, because you can tell they're not depressed, you know? They don't have to deal with that. I've been depressed lately. And I have like that dramatic depression, you know. I've dealt with it for a while. It's whatever, but it's like that depression. You know, you don't want to get out of bed, and you're just in there all day, like oh. And it's like I have any little pain, and I'm like, this is it. This is my time. My time has come. Like just 2 days ago, I was laying in bed, and my chest started hurting, and then I was like, this is it. My time has come. So I closed my eyes, you know, I was just thinking to myself, this is, you know, my old friend Death has finally come to meet me. And I was just laying there and just, and then I just burped and I felt way better. Those times I remind myself, no, you don't have cancer, you just have acid reflux. You're not dying. But, yeah, no, I've been a little depressed. I've had love on the brain, you know. Valentine's Day is coming. I've never had a successful Valentine's Day. So I hate it. I hate Valentine's Day. And I think Valentine's Day is one of those holidays, you know, it's acceptable to hate it. Because it's like, you know, plenty of movies have proven this to us already. If you hate Christmas, you're a jerk. You know, that's what the movies say. For example, if you hate Hanukkah, I just have to assume you're a little racist. But no, you're allowed to hate Valentine's Day, and I'm not a big fan. And I think Valentine's Days are especially harder, you know, after you've recently ended a long-term relationship. Like I recently ended a pretty long-term relationship, with my beard. But when you know, you gotta. It's time to end things. I have a sneaking suspicion he's gonna work his way back into my life. That gut feeling. But we just need time apart, And I was getting too many compliments is the thing, like, especially from like the bros, and they come up, they're like, "How do you grow that beard?" It's like, dude, that's such a good beard. It's like in my heart, I know. Well, really in my brain, I know they're not hitting on me. But in my heart, I want them to be hitting on me, Because some reason, don't ask me why, straightness is like the sexiest thing to me. It's like, I see a straight man in my brain, it's just like, hey, go try to have sex with him. And no matter how obvious it is, I'm not going to flip him. It's like, go. I'm not going to. There's some straight men, you look and you can flip them. That's why I'm like attached. It's like the mystery, But even if it's obvious, I'm not gonna. It's like just try. So I'd eat no matter how hard I try, how hard I am. No matter how, we just become best friends. And does that take away the horniness? No, not at all. In fact, it's like they say, the longer the waiting, the sweeter the kiss, It just grows and grows. And I don't know what to do. I don't know where that puts me. I don't know how to fix that. I don't know what that makes me. I'm thinking about just, trying that, like, electroshock conversion therapy and make it all right, Just tie a straight man into the chair and just fucking turn up the volts. See what happens. Maybe he comes out and he's like, I'd really like to suck a dick now. Maybe it'll work. I don't know. But it's not even just straight people. I just fall in love, like, instantly with everybody. And it takes nothing. It's like we have 2 paragraphs of conversation and there's images in my head. I'm not talking about like naked images because I picture everybody naked all the time. But I see the future. I see like, our villa on the Italian countryside, with our vineyards, and I see our 4 children, and I see the car that we'll be driving when we get in the tragically fatal accident. But I just see it all, and that's how my brain works. I think I wasn't designed to fall in love. I was designed to fall in love and then get back up and keep moving along. Because, that'll last for like 36 hours, and then I'm on my way. But that's probably why my Valentine's days aren't very successful. It's maybe not very sustainable, but it's enjoyable. I don't have any good relationships, but I have a lot of partnerships. Works out. But yeah, no, I'm too indecisive for like regular attraction, regular love. I've gone through all the labels, I have no idea what I want. So from now on, instead of being asexual, bisexual, or gay sexual, I'm just going with very sexual. Alright, thank you very much. That's my time. You can follow me on Instagram at Luke_Andy.
And get his information if you want to copy your tape.
Oh yeah,
right.
For sure. Come on back up, Sunda!
Guys, this has been a terrific night. And hey, if people tell you you're funny, you probably are. So you're watching these people and saying, how do I get here? How do I do it? Just call 310-470-1939 and maybe I'll get you. Or if you send an email, maybe I'll look at it. Maybe. But if you call me first, I'll look at the email. I tell people that I sent you an email. I said, why don't you call me and tell me you sent it? Because I think of it as real mail. You know what I mean? I go to get the mail once a week. I look at my place can I tell you what Albert said to me? I say to everyone, please follow us on social media. He said, well, when you going to follow me? You've been saying this since I met you. You haven't followed me. I said, on what? I don't know. You know. You know. Of all the nights he came in looking like a pimp, he's never done it. Never. Usually he wears a long weave. It has braids. He has them for you and for you. They're made in Japan. Just letting you know, we get them the right way. My name is Sunda Krunkwich. You can follow me on Sunda Live, and I will see you guys on Monday for the Un-Valentine's Day show, because it's Un-Valentine's Day. Love yourself at Delphi Greek. Thank you, Luke, so much. We are signing off. And a boop, and a boop, and a boop, and a boop, and a
All right.